So ready for the Premai Seva of Yugal with your Vani, with your words? Ready? Premai Seva of Yugal. Here you sing Radha Krishna through your words, their holy names. Not just Kirtan, Premai Seva, Prem Kirtan. Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, 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 Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe 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 Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna than you have ever called anyone in your life. Anyone you have called in your life lovingly, call them more lovingly than them. Right now. Right now. Jayo Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe.
Jayo Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe.
Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe.
Jayo Radhe Krishna, Radhe. यस्या प्रसादाद् भगवत् प्रसादो यस्या प्रसादान् नगति कुतोऽपि ध्यायं स्तुवंस्तस्य यशस्त्रिसंज्ञं वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणारविन्दं नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरसे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ इच्छे गोसाई करी चरण वंदन जहाँ होत विघ्न नाश अभीष्ट पुराण वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री गौरांग नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत चंद्र गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Gaudiya Vaishnavas pray to their Ishtadev only, Radha Rani only. Hey Radhe, when will you teach me your service, your own seva directly? This is such a sweet thing. You know, you are requesting your Ishtadev to teach you directly what their own service. You don't ask this if you are a devotee of Lord Nrsimhadev, K. Nrsimhadev, you teach me your direct service. No. Lord Ram, oh you teach me your direct service. Lord Vara, no. No one. But the sweetness of Braja is you ask directly your Ishtadev, not ask, request, beg, day in and day out. Hey Radhe, when will you teach your devotional service directly, first hand? To desire Radha Krishna's service is something else, and to really be able to get Radha Krishna's service is something else. To be really able to get Yugal Sarkar's service, seva, prem seva, we need to know Yugal Sarkar thoroughly well. Who is Krishna? Who is Radha? What is seva there? We need to know these aspects very clearly. Like we have to pray the way the Acharyas have prayed. How do the Acharyas pray? One of the prayers is, Hey Radhe, when will the day come when you will teach me your service directly? See, there are certain services in Braja of Radharani which Lalita Vishakha can teach you. Some services Champaklata can teach you. Some Tung Vidya can teach you. But there are certain services which no one on the planet can teach you, not even Krishna. No Sakhi, no one can teach you except one and only one. Our Ishwari. The thing is, it's a very deep question. Why will the Lord teach you directly his or her own service? It's very, very deep. The deepness is because until and unless they teach you this service, their Leela cannot. It for 1 second Leela cannot happen if you are not there with Yugal Sarkar. I will explain this in the further in the course. When Radha and Krishna are together, who is Radha? Who is Krishna? A male and a female? Nah. Anand Ghan Vigraha and Prem Ghan Vigraha. This is Radha Krishna. Anand Ghan, Prem Ghan Vigraha, when they are together. So it happens many times, many times that Krishna, out of unbearable ecstasy, he faints. He faints very frequently in Braja. The Lord faints very frequently in Braja. Why? Because the ecstasy is simply intolerable for him. It is overwhelming, tumultuous ecstasy. Why? We need to understand these things. When Krishna is with Radharani, just by the mere lifting of the eyebrows, mere lifting, not a big katash, not a huge glance, arrow-like glance, no. Just by the mere lifting, Yat Pranta Lesha Lavlesha Vigurnitena, Das Goswami says. Yat Pranta Desha Lavlesha, love, little raise of the eyebrows is sufficient enough for Krishna to faint. The question is, why does he faint? The reason is, we have to know what is Radha. Radharani is Prem Swarupa. Prem, the highest level of Prem goes up to Mahabhav, and the Parakashta, the zenith of Mahabhav is Madanakhya Mahabhav, and Radharani is Madanakhya Mahabhav Swarupini. All the limbs, everything about Radharani is made up of Madanakhya Mahabhav. Without understanding this aspect of Prem Swarupa of Radharani, we can never understand Radharani, we can never really able to pray from our core of our hearts. Why will you pray if you not understand? Then why Krishna faints? Because of the prachur, the so huge quantity of Madan Ras which Krishna gets out of Radharani's service, he is just unable to absorb all that. And because he is unable to absorb, he faints. And it is not a question of the lifting of the eyebrows or the katash. Mere remembrance of Radharani makes Krishna drown in ecstasy, unbearable ecstasy, because Radharani, the remembrance of her is also remembrance of the Madan Ras, the kind of happiness he is going to get. It's a mere remembrance of his eyebrows, her eyebrows. When Krishna remembers her, he simply faints. Sometimes Krishna there is a Sanket Kunj being told to Krishna that you come to this place for the meeting with Radharani. But Krishna is unable to, in the anticipation of meeting Radharani, that there's happiness of anticipation of meeting Radharani, even that is too much for him, and because of that he goes here and there and he forgets the way to the Kunja which he normally goes every day. Every day goes to the Kunjas. But because of an overwhelming Madan Ras which is going to get from Radharani, because of that such powerful ecstasy which he has not got by meeting, just by this mere remembrance, he just loses the way and just go here and there. And when Radharani is sitting in that kunj all alone, of course with you means you, the Manjari, she is there with you, and Radharani is also very much in sorrow. What is the sorrow? That she is unable to meet Krishna. What is the deep part in this? It is not that she is suffering because she is unable to meet Krishna. She is suffering because she is not able to serve the Madan Ras to Shri Krishna, which Madan Ras equipment which she and everything she has made the kunja so nicely. Because she is unable to do that, She is suffering unbearably. I am unable to crave Krishna Madan Rasa. And why Krishna lost the way? Why did he lose the way? Because he thought, Radharani is so eager to serve me with her Madan Rasa, but I don't know how to go to her so quickly. Because of that, thinking about that, I am unable to serve her unable to accept her Madan Rasa service. Krishna faints. It is not selfishness. There is nothing male or female about this Leela. Radha Krishna Leela is Sachidanand Tattva and Prem Tattva. These two huge tattvas, they are coming together. And whatever we think, it seems that they are suffering because they are unable to get that female or no. Because they are unable to, Krishna is serving because he is unable to serve Radharani. What is the function, nature of Krishna? Tad vinodartham karomi vividha kriya. Mad bhaktanam vinodartham karomi vividha kriyaha. Krishna, for the happiness of his devotees, he does various pastimes. For happiness of all his devotees, he does various pastimes. And who is bigger devotee than Radharani? If a jiva, if a living entity has even iota of prem, iota, a drop of, minuscule drop of prem, if a devotee has, Krishna goes mad after that prem. He goes mad. And Radharani is what? He goes mad after that drop, and Radharani is herself the ocean of prema. How much mad he will be for Radharani, just think. In Srimad Bhagavad, in dozens of places it is mentioned that if a person has prem, Krishna wants to take the dust of his lotus feet, wants to serve him like this. For a drop he is so eager, and he is controlled by the drop of prem. And what is the drop made up of? It is coming from that ocean only, the ocean of love. You might have heard of Gop Kumar's Katha. In Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when Gop Kumar goes in the spiritual world, he meets Lord Narayan there. When he meets Narayan, of course Narayan is in Paramananda, very happy to see Gop Kumar. He says, I was waiting for you, where were you? But he was happy, but he did not faint out of ecstasy. Only Krishna faints out of ecstasy. That I will also explain. If I forget, do remind me. But when Krishna goes to Golok, when Gopkumar goes to Krishna in Golok, when he sees Gopkumar, he just embraces him. And just by the mere embracing, he gets so much of unbearable ecstasy that he faints there, right there only. Because of that drop of love which Gopkumar has, because of that, by embracing him, he faints in ecstasy. We can very well imagine what happens when he sees Radharani. When he is seeing a person who has just got prem, he cannot tolerate that prem. And when that prem, he faints, the birds, his friends, the gopas, the gopis, they also start crying profusely. Seeing Krishna crying and in so much of transcendental ecstasy. In the spiritual world, no one faints, no Bhagavad Swarup faints out of ecstasy except Krishna. So to be able to get Krishna, to really speak from our heart, these prayers of the Acharyas, prayers of the Acharyas are not meant to be spoken from the lips, from the heart. How can you say from your heart when you know the aspect of prem, the aspect of love, the rasa? Krishna is raso vai saha. He is a rasa swarupa. He is anando brahmano rupam, Upanishad say. He is a very form, the condensed form of happiness, bliss. And this rasa, rasyate aswadate iti rasa. And second aspect is rasyati aswadati iti rasa. These are two aspects. Rasyate aswadate iti rasa means he is like the honey which is being relished. Krishna, rasa feature has to be understood in two ways. He is like honey which is to be relished. and he is like a bumblebee, the Brahmar, who relishes the honey. Rasa, raso vai rasa. Rasyate, aswadyate, iti rasaha. He himself enjoys. This topic is very vast. I will try to speak little about the second aspect of rasa, which is his bumblebee aspect of relishing the prem ras. What does he relish? What does he relish? He relishes only the prem ras. What else can he relish? He is everything anyway. So he relishes the prem rasa and he gets controlled, maddened as per the love of the devotees. The love is basically of four kinds. One is anuprema, other one is apakshadik, nyun adhik prema, other is mahan prema, and the fourth one is param mahan prema. Anu means the ordinary living entities, when they are doing bhakti, they also possess a very minute drop of love with them. The second is like Narad, Shiva, Brahma, etc., like Prahlad, Bhishma. It is higher than the ordinary, the love. The third one is Mahan Prema. It is of the Brajvasis. All the Brajvasis, they possess this Mahan Prema. And Param Mahan is Radharani, the oceanic prema, the form of love, the embodiment of love. And Krishna is controlled by the amount, the quality and quantity of love of the devotee. So when I was explaining in the beginning, we should pray, "Oh Radharani, when you will engage me in your service, when you will teach me your service directly." So Radharani teaches service to Manjaris directly, because this service, when Krishna faints in ecstasy, he cannot be revived by anyone other than the Manjaris. Sakhi bina e lila pushti nahi hoye. Pushti chode. Start kono na hoye. It cannot even start without the Sakhis. What to talk about pushti? Radharani, when she is unable to revive Krishna from his transcendental swoon, Krishna, as soon as Radharani lifts her eyebrows, Krishna faints in ecstasy. And when Radharani is unable to lift her from his swoon, she requests Manjari. You are just thinking like, oh, he is just lying unconscious. Just think about it. If your husband or your friend is lying or your son is lying unconscious, what will your face be like? What will your heart feel like? You will say, if he is only one, hey, can you do something about it? He is just not getting up. I think his life seems to be gone. Like this, Radharani is just simply drowning in unbearable sorrow. And she is approaching you. See Leela like this, go into Leela like this. She is about to die, Radharani, because Krishna looks like he is gone. And it is not like some drama is happening. No, it is reality. Krishna probably might have gone. This is what Radharani is feeling. This is Lokik feelings, worldly feelings. He is not God there. He is just almost gone. And she is approaching. Hey, Tulsi, can you really do something please do something about Krishna. And what can this Tulsi do? If Radharani is not taught this Tulsi well in advance, what has to be taught? He can only be revived when the Manjari, she sings Madan Gan, very intimate, loving affair, a song, very intimate song about Radha and Krishna only. Who can tell about the intimate affair of Radha and Krishna? Who? Like the Vishakha cannot even enter. So how can he tell? The only person who can tell about this is Radharani. And she teaches well in advance. Where does she teach? She teaches in a gufa, in a kunja, totally secluded kunja. She teaches all these intimate songs. And just try to imagine what is happening. You and Radharani, both of you are alone. He is teaching you the transcendental Madan Gan. Who is teaching? Radharani, the embodiment of nectar. And who has composed the song? Again, Radharani. The song itself is nectar. And who is singing the song? Radharani. The song is nectar, the singing is nectar, and who is singing the veena? Again, Radharani. Nectarian song, nectarian words, nectarian singer, and the nectarian musician, and the nectarian artist. Who is enacting all this? Radharani only. And you are alone with her. The mere kataksh, the eye movement, the mere wink of Radharani's eye movement, it completely subdues Krishna and gives him unbearable ecstasy. And so Manjaris also enjoy the same ecstasy because they are right there when Krishna is getting all this ras. Where are you? Oh, right there. So what he is relishing? What are you relishing? Something else? That ecstasy only you are relishing. You are seeing all those beautiful moments of Radharani. Ashesh hav bhav dhira hira hare bhushite prabhut shada kumbha kumbha kumbhe kumbha sustini prashasta mandahas churn purna sakhya sagare kada karishyasi hamam kripa katakshavayna purna sakhya sagare. She is the ocean of happiness for the condensed bliss himself. What is Krishna? Condensed bliss. And she is the oceanic happiness for that condensed bliss. Can you imagine what she is? Can you even fathom that? Why a person will faint? Because the ecstasy is simply inconceivable for Krishna. Radharani gives him so much of happiness which Krishna cannot even conceive in his dreams. Why? Because the rasa is madan. Madan means madhyate iti madan. Madhyate, which completely maddens Krishna. How can something madden you if you have experienced that before that in your past? Krishna experiences everything which he has never experienced before. That is why the ras is madan. Without understanding this madan ras feature, we cannot do any service. Where was I? She is teaching the song. Radharani is teaching the veena. Her vani, her lyrics, her enacting, her teaching, and the only person to be taught is you. You and Radharani. You have to pray like, when will you teach me your direct service? You have to know why direct service is needed. What is a direct service? And Radharani teaches like this, you need to know all the things. And then request her, all your chanting, day in and day out, even in dreaming, when will you teach your direct service? Like this. And when a pure devotee speaks, a pure devotee has power of Krishna in his words. Krishna is right there in his words. Naham tishtami vaikunthe yoginam hrideshu va yatra gayanti madbhakta tatra tishtami narada. I do not stay in Vaikuntha, spiritual world. I don't stay in yogis' hearts. Where do I stay? Wherever the pure devotees sing about me, I stay there only. If when a pure devotee is singing about Krishna, Krishna is there. Can you imagine when Radha Rani is singing about Krishna, where Krishna would be? He becomes present right there. And he sees from the slit of these kunjas, Radha Rani is singing, and there is no uttariya, there is no shyness with the manjari. She is sitting casually. And Krishna is enjoying all the beauty from the outside. And when the song goes little deep, Krishna is simply unable to control himself because he has to be present. He is not different from his words, from his name, from his vani, from his katha. Oh, he comes right there. Acha, what were you singing? Oh, Radharani becomes bashful shy. Then she take her wheel on. Oh, nothing. Then Manjari, Radharani tells Manjari to kindly re-sing the song, and when you sing the song, Krishna downs in ecstasy, and then they engage in their vilas. So when Radharani just has raised her eyebrows, this happens to Krishna. Actually, she even doesn't have to even raise her eyebrow very much. Because understand the Madan feature is so important. She is made up of Madan Ras. So even without raising eyebrows, she is made up of Madan Ras only. Her natural Swabhavik eyes are giving unbearable ecstasy to Krishna anyway. You getting my point? Her natural eyes, without even raising, it is giving Krishna unbearable happiness. Radharani herself says in Prem Samputa, she says, Krishna thinks my life is like Sumeru Parvat, Sumeru mountain, very huge. And compared to me, the happiness of the love of other, even gopis, is just like 2-3 seeds. What is that? Can you imagine the difference between 2-3 seeds and Sumeru mountain? So Krishna gets totally maddened by the intoxicating happiness he gets. Actually, the intoxicator is getting intoxicated now. Krishna is a rasa personified. Raso vai saha. He is himself the intoxicator of all living beings. All the gopis, everyone, they get intoxicated by the beauty, by the happiness of Krishna. And this Krishna is totally subdued by Radharani's love. Because her love is like an ocean. He just cannot control it. This love is not something of a gender love. This is pure love. Pure love and gender love, there's totally different things. When 16,108 queens in Dwarka, when they see Krishna, because they use their intelligence and they do all their enchanting, playful smiles and sidelong glances towards Krishna. All the queens, they do. But they are not able to entice Krishna one bit. One bit. So if it's a male-female thing, then 1608, at least they would together be able to entice Krishna. At least an iota. But even when Krishna is with queens, he just remembers who? Radha, Radha and Radha. He can only remember Radha. He cannot speak Radha. It is explained in Kalpataru that Krishna only day and night he just cries and weeps and just says one name. He Vrishabhanu Nandani, He Vrishabhanu Nandani, He Vrishabhanu Nandani. He cries and speaks Vrishabhanu Nandani, not Radha. Why? Because the moment he says Ra, he just cries profusely. When the pure devotee they chant Radha's name, even on the planet Earth, they cry like anything. And when Krishna speaks Ra, he just cries profusely. He just cannot control. He just rolls on the ground. The crown jewel of all men. He rolls on the ground. He cannot say Dha. You can say Radha. He cannot say Radha. So the gopis, the queens, they cannot entice Krishna because their rati is samanjasa rati. It is not samartha rati. Achha, why Radharani is able to totally subdue Krishna? Her rati is samartha rati, samarth, powerful enough to be able to subdue Krishna. And all the Braj gopis they have samartha rati, but they cannot totally control Krishna. Only Radharani, because the highest limit of love, samartha rati, she can control, subdue Krishna. No, the queens of Dwarka, their limit goes up to Anurag, not Bhav or Mahabhav, not to that extent. And once in Lalit Madhav, Rupa Goswami explains that Daroka, he was telling Krishna, oh Krishna, Rukmini is so beautiful. Rukmini is so, he was describing the beauty of Rukmini. Then Krishna said, look, Daruk, wait. Please stop speaking about all this. I am not attracted to the beauty aspect. I am attracted only to the prema. Krishna said to him, Ya desha roop matrena na haryo hari. Roop matrena, the form, it cannot haryo hari. It cannot uh, purchase me. It cannot, I mean, Krishna, you cannot take Krishna's mind because of your beauty, physical appearance. It is only because of prem that Krishna's mind is being stolen. Krishna is himself Hari, who steals everyone's mind, all the gopis. But Radha is the one who steals even Krishna's mind. She is actually Hare Krishna, Hare. This is Hare, Hari, Hari. Hare is the energy of the Lord. What kind of energy? It totally subjugates Krishna in her love. This is the Hari, this is the Hare, which how we should chant. We know she can totally subjugate Krishna, and then both the Premghan Vigraha and Sachidanand Vigraha, they are totally dependent on you. This thing also you know. It is not you are one of the 1 million dasis there. You are the only one. Without you, Krishna is going to die, Radha is going to die if you don't do that act service right there and then. They are going to die right there. One of the names of Radha Rani is Govind Anang Rajiv Bhanu Shri Vishbhanuvi. It means that Radha Rani is just like the sun, the transcendental sun, which causes the lotus flowers of erotic desires of Krishna to bloom. She is the sun, and the lotus flower of erotic desires which Krishna has in his heart, because of the presence of the sun, the lotus flowers, they bloom. And because of that transcendental sun, Radha Rani, the erotic desires of Krishna, they bloom. Just by her mere presence. Krishna actually he never remembers even a single lady, even in his dreams, though thousands and hundreds and koti gopi, they run mad after him. But Krishna doesn't remember any of them. He only remembers Radha, and because, actually, please understand another thing, very, very important thing. Only because of presence of Radha in anyone's heart, Krishna goes to that devotee to accept the service. Whatever prema anyone has, what is that prema? It is just a drop of that Radha. Basically, Krishna, whenever he is accepting any service from anyone, actually he is worshipping Radha only that time. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam sadev bhajamyaham. Krishna is also worshipping. He is also a worshipper. Who he worships? Radha and Radha alone. And Radha's drop goes into everyone, and he worships them accordingly. This is so very deep. I explained to you another thing, a pastime by which things can be understood even in a more clearer way. When Krishna is coming after cow herding, Radha Rani is just waiting and suffering like anything. So they go to the Chandrishalika upstairs to see Krishna when he is coming after cow herding. And when she sees Krishna coming, she just starts drinking the beauty of Krishna through the cups of her eyes. She is drinking beauty of Krishna. How to drink? Through the cups of your eyes. She is drinking and drinking and drinking. Please remember, Radharani is Lajjeshwari. She is very shy. Now the question arises, if she is shy, how can she drink non-stop the beauty of Krishna? How is she able to drink the beauty of Krishna non-stop when she is so shy? You know why? Because he has not yet looked at Radharani. He has not yet looked at Radharani. Only Radharani is able to look at Krishna at that time. That is why she is able to drink and drink the beauty of Krishna. So she is drinking, and the moment Krishna sees Radha, she just takes the wheel and just moves little back. And Krishna is like this, waiting, when will I see Radha again? When will I see Radha again? And Radha is also desperate to show her beautiful face so that she can serve Krishna. Not out of lust, oh I want to see my male friend, no. How I can serve Krishna? By showing my Madan face. Madan does, how I can give him rasa. One way she is thinking, how can I give, oh so much shyness is there, and another side, there is so much of happiness. Oh, I was able to see Krishna. So there are two things, Harsha and Vinay. Vinay means humility. I am unable to serve him. I saw him but was unable to serve. So there is humility. But very happy, I was able to see Krishna. Somehow she manages enough courage to muster enough courage to just little see Krishna, just little lift up the eyebrows to see. And Krishna, Krishna is yours. This particular pastime, this scene, is the object of meditation of Krishna for the rest of the day. He puts this scene, he just transcribes this scene on the petal of his heart and meditates till the time he is able to meet Radharani again. This is the object of meditation on Krishna. And what were you doing right now? You are thinking about Radha Krishna, you were with Radha Krishna. You have to be with Radha Krishna when you are thinking, when you are hearing this katha. You be there, right there. And what are you seeing? Krishna is seeing Radharani. Radharani is seeing Krishna. And you? You are seeing both of them. You are not just serving. You are relishing the zenith of enjoyment you are having right there. Plus you are holding Radharani because she may fall again. They fall time and again. You know, when you take Radharani for Abhisar, her this waist is so thin, you can grasp it in your fist. So that her waist doesn't break, you practically hold Radharani's waist and make her walk. This much you love Radharani. You are holding her waist, and when you are there at the top of the house and Radharani is seeing Krishna, you are trying to hold her waist, trying to hold her so that she doesn't fall down out of ecstasy, and seeing Krishna, seeing Radharani, relishing the best of all the worlds which even Krishna cannot relish. कृष्ण लीलामित यदा लता के सिंचय निज सेक होइते पल्लवादिये कोटि सुख होय, कोटि सुख, million times more sukha. Then on direct union, who observes? Manjari's relish very much. Who else relish a lot? Lalita Vishakha, the Sakhis of Radharani's group. Why do they relish like this? Because even Lalita Vishakha, they don't desire to unite with Krishna directly. Very much. Their predominant desire is that Radha should unite with Krishna and we can serve Krishna. The Madan does the best of everything. They know who can give Krishna happiness. Radha. So even Lalita Vishakha, they actually want to give Radha to Krishna. But Radha thinks, oh, he's Shringaras personified. I really want to speak about Shringaras, but time will have some other day. But in the brief thing, Krishna is Shringaras personified. How can I give him happiness? If probably all my friends, she doesn't think she is Ishwari. If all my friends together, we put together, if we can serve Krishna in amorous way, then maybe we can satisfy Krishna to some extent. This is what Radharani thinks. And Lalita Vishakha think Krishna gets happiness only with Radharani. So they try to unite Krishna with Radharani. But what Radharani happiness she relishes, maximum enjoyment Manjaris get. But a lot of enjoyment even Lalita Vishakha get, which even Chandravali etc. they don't get. In Gopis also there are lots of variations, lots of gradations. Other youth they get different enjoyment. Lalita Vishakha different, Manjaris different. So the different groups, different levels of enjoyments are there. And Manjaris, what do they get? They get, see Krishna faints out of unbearable ecstasy, and that ecstasy multiplied by many times, that ecstasy Radharani relishes. And out of her causeless mercy, out of her Vatsalya for Manjaris, that same highly oceanic happiness, that same happiness transfers into the Manjaris. Radha dasam apasya yah prayatate govind sangashaya prapya ho bindum param prapnuyuha. It means Radha dasya apasya, leaving Radharani's dasya. If one tries to get direct Krishna Sangha. Govind Sangha Ashaya Yah Prayatate. One who endeavors for Govind Sangha. What he gets? Prape api Maha Amrutim. Maha Amritam Buddhi. Means he gets an ocean of nectar. Aho, alas, Bindum Param Prapnuyuha. You get only a drop even after getting the ocean. This is Prabodhana Saraswati speaking. You know why he can speak like this? Why he can speak like this? What is relishing right now? What is he relishing? Atomic love or oceanic love? As a Manjari. Oceanic love. But as Tungvidya, what does Prabodhana relish? Atomic love. So he knows what is atom and what is ocean. He is telling, Aho, Aho, he is saying, Aho, alas, Bindum Param Prapnuyuha. So let's get back to the Leela. The other line comes up in this verse is Yat Pranta Desha Lavlesha Vighurnitena. With the little lifting of eyebrows, she is able to totally madden Krishna. And what is our prayer? Hey Radhe, when will I be able to worship these two beautiful eyes with the kajal, the eyeliner? This is our prayer. When we see kajal, eyeliner, we should remember one thing. Hey Radhe, when Krishna faints in ecstasy because of these two beautiful eyes, how can I worship these two beautiful eyes? And how can we worship? Some pujyashati, some puja, not just puja. When we worship Radharani through eyeliner, it is not puja, what we are thinking. You know what we think? When we put eyeliner on Radharani, we think that first of all our seva is that we are putting eyeliner to do our seva. And Nirmalya, the prasadi of Radharani, where does it go? Where does it go? When we offer food to Krishna, Krishna prasadi naivedyam, Radha Layadavali Sakhiman Devyo. Here some Leela and something goes different. Radhika prasadi naivedyam, Krishnabhyo Namaha. How? When Radharani's eyebrows, the eyeliner is there. And when Krishna kisses Radharani's eyes, that Nirmalya, the prasadi, sticks right on the lips of Krishna. And when Krishna comes in the morning and something black is there, and the manjaris, they have to clean everything. They see the prasadi and they get very happy. Oh, my seva got really, I got the fruit of my seva. Krishna seeing the eyeliner right on the lips of Krishna. And you know, the happiness of Radharani, the love of Radharani gives so much happiness to Krishna that Krishna completely loses himself. Completely loses himself. When Radharani is in the Kunja with Krishna, she is giving so much delight to Krishna that Krishna is getting that happiness which he cannot even conceive of. When he is getting that happiness, he is like this. Like a beggar, transcendental beggar. He just doesn't know what is happening. He is getting things beyond his conception. And this is not degradation of Krishna. This is the highest form of Godship, or you can say this is the ultimate expression of God, that he becomes a transcendental beggar. This is the ultimate expression of God. Actually, everyone is God in front, everyone is beggar in front of God. But there is so much of happiness which Krishna gets out of Radharani, he becomes like a beggar. Just imagine a beggar sitting in a very big kingdom. And he's not accustomed to being relishing so much food stuff. And all of a sudden he gets chapan bhoga. What to do? This is like with Krishna. He's getting whatever he gets from other devotees, is like little bit. Dal roti. And when Radharani, all laddu, kore, he becomes transcendental beggar. And this is the ultimate expression of God. Why? Because the nature of God is, he is bhakta vasha. He is totally controlled by the love, by the devotee's love. Bhakta vasha purushaha. Upanishads tell us. He's totally subdued. And he's subdued to such an extent that he becomes a beggar. This is Baba is explaining in Sudhanidhi. He becomes a beggar. He just like this. And not just the beauty of Krishna, Radharani, her mere remembrance is sufficient for Krishna to drown in unbearable ecstasy. He loses the way of the Kunja, so he is Sarvagya, all-knowing. The all-knowing personality loses the way of the place which he every day goes to. This is the Krishna we worship. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This Krishna we should remember while chanting, who is totally subdued by Radha. And Radharani's lotus feet, not just Katash, her lotus feet are also as powerful as the Katash. Why? Because all the Anga Pratyanga, the limbs are made up of Madan Rasa. When Krishna is putting the red lac with his tunika on Radharani's feet, he just doesn't know what to do with these nectarian lotus feet. Sometimes he puts it right on the heart, puts right on the heart, and then he doesn't know what to do, puts on his head, and doesn't know what to do, then he starts smelling Radharani's feet. It is not like your feet or my feet or anyone else. No, not like this. This is made up of Madan Ras. Krishna wants the dust of lotus feet of devotees who have got prema. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam. Then what to talk of the embodiment of prema, how much ecstasy he is going to get when he is going to get lotus feet of Radharani right on his chest. Hriday Charan Dhari. Hriday Charan Dhari Krishna. And तले लिखे आपनार नाम, हृदय चरण रखी, तले लिखे आपनार नाम. When Krishna is putting the red lac on Radharani's lotus feet, he writes his own name Krishna. Where is Krishna? At the feet of Radharani there. Who is putting Krishna at Radharani's feet? Krishna himself. Sometimes Manjaris also, some acharyas say, some Manjaris also write their own name when putting red lac. Radharani. So he doesn't know where to put these nectarian lotus feet. Sometimes puts on heart and Radharani says, Krishna, Isham, do it fast. My Sakhis are going to come and they are going to make fun of me. And Krishna, because the ecstasy is unbearable, he just doesn't listen to Radharani. He does it very slowly, very, very slowly again, as if he hasn't heard. पाद स्पर्श रसोत्सवं प्रणतिभिर् गोविन्दं इन्दिवार श्यामं प्रार्थितं समुञ्जलरः सम्मार्जितं कुञ्जाश सम्मार्जितुं पाद स्पर्श रसोत्सवं. The touch of Pad, lotus feet of Radharani is what? Festival of rasa for Krishna. Pad sparsh rasotsavam. Pranitibher. He totally in a humility he offers all his pranams to Radharani. When Krishna is dressing Radharani, decorating Radharani's feet, then afterwards when he is really decorating Radharani as per his heart, sometimes he is able to do, not every time. How can he? Sometimes he is able to do that. He sees Radharani as Nikunja Devi, the goddess of Nikunja, and she looks so beautiful. She looks beautiful anyway. But when Rasraj Shri Krishna has beautified Radharani, how beautiful Radharani would be looking. With all his bhavas, Radharani has been, Krishna has put all his stuff, this ornaments, etc. He himself made all the flower ornaments and then he put on Radharani. Then he sees as the Nikunja Devi. He thinks, what should I do with, what to do with this beauty? The goddess of Nikunja. What to do? I better offer myself to her. Pranati bir govindam indivar. When he does pranati obviously is pranam. When it is that pranati, he becomes even more bluish, indivar. Pranati bir govindam indivar. All his senses, by all his senses, he is just relishing Radharani. When Krishna is sometimes waiting in the kunja for Radha to come, he just waiting. And then we see the transcendental effulgence coming, the huge effulgence coming, that gives not Radharani, the effulgence of Radharani. When he sees that, his eyes becomes totally satisfied by the effulgence. His eyes is getting rasa. What rasa? Madan rasa. And when the smell of Radha comes, his nose, tripta, he gets tripti, his nose. And we see the nupur of Radharani's lotus feet, his ears down in ecstasy. Just imagine, this is all when Radharani has not yet come. And when Radharani Sakshat is right there in front of him, he just faints out of ecstasy. So we worship that Krishna who faints out of ecstasy. Time and again, not once in one day, many times. When Krishna tries to decorate Radharani, ornament Radharani, his ecstasy sometimes is just unbearable. He cannot tolerate. Then what Radharani? When what do you do? Yes, you. What do you do? Hey, Krishna. Mridu, no? Lovingly. Hey, Krishna, you cannot do this. Move aside. You are telling God, move aside, you are not qualified enough. You need mercy. You say, you tell us, we need mercy. Now the things have changed. You need mercy. So, she says, now you look how I decorate Radharani. This is how you talk to Krishna. Now you're not in an egoistic way, very gently. You won't be able to. Now look at me, how I do. And Krishna is like a yantra machine. Achha, this way. Then he thinks very deeply, when will I be able to learn this such expertise in service, so that I will be able to serve Radharani. Tatrati daksha tati vallavasya vande guru shri charana ravindam daksha. When I will become daksh enough, expert enough, that I will be able to serve Radha the way you do. The manjaris, they serve Radha the way Radharani wants. Even Krishna cannot. They are made up of sevaras. And he is himself Ananda Brahmana Rupam. How can he? He is not made up of that. This is Leela. Though he is self-satisfied, he doesn't need anything. But as Leela man, he is loluk. He is very, very eager to raise the prem ras of devotees. When he is really so eager to raise the prem ras of all devotees, what to talk of Radharani? How much eager he would be? Can you just think about it? How much eager he would be? The lotus feet of Radharani, when he sees, when he even smells, he totally faints in ecstasy. And who is this person? He is God. G-O-D, God. Yo Brahm Rudra Shuk Narad Bhishma Mukhe Alakshito na sahasa purushasya tasya Tasyo vashikaran churnam ananta shakti Tam radhika charana renam anusmarami Tam radhika charana renam anusmarami Tam radhika charana renam anusmarami. He is that person who even Brahma, Rudra, Shuk, Narad, Bhishma, these big personalities, the 12 Mahajans, these are the Mahajans in Bhagavatam, even they are lakshito na sahasa purushasya tasya. They cannot see Krishna just like that. And he, sadhya vashikarana churnam ananta shaktim. He is totally sadhya vashikarana, vasha, controlled by churnam ananta shaktim. That dust of lotus feet has got ananta shakti, unlimited power. Whose dust? Tam radhika charana renum anusmarami. I worship the dust of the lotus feet of Radha, which can totally subdue Krishna. all the gopis together, they cannot subdue Krishna. Shat koti gopi nahi Krishna kam nirvapana. Shat koti gopi. Hundreds and thousands and millions of gopis, they cannot entice Krishna. Actually, Krishna doesn't remember anyone. If you remember, if you can properly understand verse 236 of Sudhanidhi, see, my daily worship is of Sudhanidhi. I worship Sudhanidhi. So, Sudhanidhi will tell you that Krishna doesn't even remember anyone. He knows only one person, Radha. And because of Radha, everyone he remembers. But actually when he remembers Radha, he doesn't remember anyone. You know? He cannot remember Yashoda. He cannot remember Nara. He cannot remember anyone when he remembers Radha. When Radha is samudit in his chitta. You know samudit? When Radha he really wants Radha Rani, samudit in his chitta. She is always there. When it's really samudita, then his rasa feature cannot enable him to remember anyone else. Because in Braja, he is not God. If he is God, then he can remember everyone's love. But in Braja, he is totally subdued by Radharani, so he cannot remember anyone but Radharani. Understand? Something? Okay. These Lakshmis of Vaikuntha, they cannot entice Krishna, they can entice Narayan, they cannot entice their Lord of Vaikuntha. Because their love is what? Their love is Samanjasa. And the love of gopis is Samartha. Even the Samartha gopis cannot subdue Krishna. Only Radharani's Madanakhya Mahabhav can totally subdue Krishna. Even if one is Samartha Rati, that cannot totally subdue Krishna. So how can queens or the other Lakshmis etc., how can they subdue Krishna? And if they cannot, then what to talk about the devotees? This is an atomic love, and this is what Mahabhav has come to give. He has come to give the oceanic love, the relishment of oceanic love, which Radha herself relishes to all the conditioned beings. Otherwise, only atomic love is there, and Krishna only remembers. Radharani doesn't remember anyone, any time in Braja. I mean, any time is when Radharani is samudita. Okay. Another thing is, Lord is Rasovai Saha is Krishna is Rasa Swarup. All the Bhagavad Swarup are Rasa Swarup. But Krishna is not like them. Even amongst the Rasa Swarup, he is the highest form of relisher. And only one relishes to the higher extent, he can faint in ecstasy. Even in Rasa Swarupa, he relishes highest. All Bhagavad Swarupas, they cannot relish highest. They relish Premananda. They relish Swarupananda. But they don't relish unbearable Ananda. The tumultuous, unbearable, overwhelming, mind-boggling, flabbergasting ecstasy. They don't experience that. Even the Narayan, Varahaman, etc. They don't. Hope we can understand what Mahaprabhu wants us to relish, and practically can do our bhajan that can really make us relish what Mahaprabhu wants us to relish. Hare Krishna.